to accept imperfection, to accept your flaws. Like that would be a great thing to help people understand. Like in order to get the energy in the group, you have to accept your own flaws. Group.
You need like an awareness of the energy, of like the bioenergy, like knowing that there's energy there that carries itself. Like if I know that my body gives off energy, I know that I have a certain inherent worth. I don't have to.
And so that's what helps. By knowing that your body is giving off bioenergy is what helps you to feel like your flaws are okay.
When I think that the surface level is all there is, like I go and I feel like, oh, I didn't contribute anything intellectual or intelligent to the conversation.
So just knowing your presence gives off energy that you can actually make eye contact.
We already are love. Like instead of having to give love, like I am love. So when I learn just to be, then I know that like I just am good enough.
Stress doesn't cover up your.
When I'm not aware of the energy. I show up and I think I didn't say anything, so that means I didn't matter. But now I see like, oh, even when I don't say anything, like I still matter. Even if I'm not feeling smart today or something, like I still, people felt my energy. I felt their energy, and it improved my day.
Yeah.
But maybe I have a positive reaction, everything goes great, but I feel like, well, I didn't say anything, and so people probably were put off by that, so I'm going to start avoiding.
Right.
Yeah.
If you think that.
But if you think that, then I start leaving.
So,
yeah.
Right.
I start avoiding.
You hold it as your identity, as I'm the person who doesn't contribute, instead of just being with and seeing what comes up. If something comes up, maybe nothing comes up to say. But if you just stay present, it's surprising when things do begin to come up. Might take longer than you wish, but they do come up.
I think that when people start modeling this, that's what will be the shift.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we gather people, like you talk about people having barriers, they have fears. I think if we gather people and a few of us are modeling this, like then it gets easier for more people to realize like, oh, like I just am. Like it's not about how much I'm saying or how smart I'm saying it. Like it's not as much about the content. Like you see other people modeling it and then it looks appealing and it magnetizes you. And then more people can start doing it.
Heller does stuff like that, and Marcella does stuff like that.
I really want to make it fun. Like I really want to show how fun it is. Like how vital it is. Like cultivating a kind of radiant compassion. Like it feels too contained to me or too contrived, or like it's good. It's in the right direction. Like this is something so liberated. Like you can just be talking about whatever. It's just pure fun, and you can take it wherever you go. But you need that group energy. Like you need to gather people who are having fun. Yeah, and it's like there's a routine to it, a regularity, because our current society it is a little more isolated, or there's more reasons to isolate, or it's like hardworking, it's productive, but it's not necessarily fun. Yeah, for me, it's just the thing is like it's so obvious, like it's so simple. Like there are these components, like okay, I'm listening, I'm a good listener, I know how to bring a little passion or fun into the conversation. Like things that spark interest, that trigger energy. I know how to relax. That's a big one. I know how to gather people and seek out situations that feed me energy. So there are these. It's so obvious. There are these basic points, but when they're in unison, when I'm doing it with more people, like and this energy, this kind of magnetic energy starts to build. So I'm not doing anything very complicated, but I'm committing to it for a long period of time, and I'm enjoying myself, which isn't obvious. Like I feel like we kind of learn to tolerate suffering, and that's just tolerate the depression or the low energy. That's just how we accept it. It's not necessarily intuitive to just go out and enjoy myself. But when I kind of commit to enjoying myself, like this powerful energy builds, or like you don't see it happening because we feel like we need some kind of more tangible solution. Yeah, it's like elusively simple.
So you're saying that you can just commit to enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I see like a lot of I had to go through so much to come here to get here, so that's why I'm so emphatic about how simple it is.
Yeah.
Like
I know. It is weird how when you figure out certain things you realize how simple they are.
Yeah. And I see these patterns kind of being repeated, and it's like there's this mind heart paradigm where it's like I think I have to think faster or get smarter, and I'm not just sitting in the energy, and I'm not seeking out the situations that feed me energy because I feel like I'm supposed to be empowered from within. I'm the one who's giving the energy. I'm being loving. I'm giving.
You're not supposed to get energy from others. You're supposed to give energy. You're supposed to find it inside yourself and then give it. Rather than be able to go out and get it and be in an energy field where you actually feel enlivened. Because
like there's so many different types of energy, like, and it's like just below our level of conscious perception. So that's why we don't seek it out, because we can't even perceive it. And even if I'm aware that it exists, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm perceiving it. Like, I'm aware that being around people gives me energy, or like listening to music gives me energy, or writing a book gives me energy, but I might not actually perceive the energy itself until like maybe an hour later, and like I feel like, whoa, now I feel in the zone, or like,
right.
But I don't necessarily perceive that energy. Like I don't perceive the sound waves, or I can't see these particles.
No, not
but
exactly.
But they influence me a lot, and I can choose to seek them out.
Right. Like sometimes I really don't want to do something that I actually know inside I get energy from. I was tired this morning. I didn't want to go into that meeting and start. I knew I had a day of meetings starting at 10 to 4. I really didn't want to do that. By the end at 4 o'clock, I was filled with energy. It makes no sense. I was enlivened because so many wonderful ideas and cool things are happening. Great conversations, and I got a lot of energy.
Yeah, ideally, we get to the point, where like we're in the right environment, and we know how to express like the stuff that we're passionate about. So there are like ideas going around. We're stimulated. Life is so mundane. We've kind of learned to accept it. It's kind of like we don't even know it's possible. But what if we could just get people together to have fun?
Well, we do. We have parties and all that. But you got to get over, it's a Tuesday, people might have worked today, they might be tired, and who do I call? And you got to go through all of that in order to get to
you know what you're getting, so it's worth it. Yeah, you're right. All that stuff creates those blocks, but when you know the energy is there, like you know you can just power through that stuff because you know it's worth it. Yeah, and ideally, like you get to that place where you're making a rhythm of this, and then I just go to sleep full of energy, and I wake up full of energy because I'm charged. Like I felt it before when I've gone to like retreats and things, or I've gone to places like where there were just lots of people, and maybe I thought like, oh, it's the meditation I'm doing, or it's like whatever I'm doing, and that's true, but it's also like there were people there. Like wherever I think back, like all those high times, there were always like, oh, 5 people there, 10 people there, and there were people I liked, and and you go to sleep and you feel you're charged with this energy, and suddenly the sleep problem isn't there anymore. Like, and then I wake up and I'm charged. Like after I went to Omega Teen Camp, I think I was like charged for like 3 weeks after that. Like I would just every day was just charged. Like I didn't sleep. I didn't have sleeping trouble. I woke up without a problem. Like it's hard enough just showing up. So we feel like we're supposed to like give something, but this is like where you have to tell yourself like, no, like it's okay just to be in this field and let it carry you.
It'll be okay no matter what happens. Say something you won't.
Yeah, like people like you, like just for your presence. And it's so important because that takes the pressure off. Like I'm not, if I feel like I'm supposed to be something constantly, like, or be putting out this energy or this intelligence.
Right. Or be perfect or have not have any flaws.
Yeah, like I re-traumatize myself. Like I create more reasons to avoid because it's like the stress of all this stuff. I like how she talks about like being held, like because that's kind of what it is. Like the energy field is holding you.
Yeah.
Exciting.